Thank you for waiting. I'm William from Singapore, and I've been to Fuvahmulah many times. So those of you who like to know more about tiger shark, this is the talk to come to. Okay, I first heard of Fuvahmulah in in 2015. I was invited to a back-to-back trip on a liveaboard, and we were diving there quite deep, and they told me we will pass by Fuvahmulah. There will be tiger sharks there. So we went down, we did the normal dive, all right? We went pretty deep, which I'm not allowed to say. Then we did see the tiger shark, and I chased after it. And when I was a bit closer, it turned. I saw how big the head was. I swam away. All right, so that was my first experience with tiger shark. And because of the deep diving, the next year when they told me to ask me whether to go back or not, I said no. But you know, the tiger shark is always something I wanted to see and shoot nice pictures of. So I went back again in 2017, and I heard at that time there was already a dive shop there. So in 2016 they had a dive shop there, and this dive shop would take people down, and the tiger shark would come very close to a place where the normal fishermen would the normal fishermen would throw down the fish waste. Okay, so the waste now is been sold to the dive shops, and then to control the timing of the people going down. So the difference is this, okay, when you shoot the tiger sharks in normal conditions, this is the kind of pictures you get because they are far. They are very far. But when you are able to get close, this is something you can get. So this was shot in 2017. I was still afraid of the tiger shark. I dare not go too close. But this was close enough to get a picture like this. This was, again, far. And this was when you are able to shoot closer. All right? So I talked about the fishermen throwing down the fish waste, and then now the shops are buying the baits, what we call baits now, to feed the tiger shark. Now, people who know me knows that I'm not very keen when it comes to manipulating animals underwater when you're taking photos. Why am I shooting this? Well, this is not a place where you go and you see, oh, there are tiger sharks, let's feed the tiger shark and keep them here. The fisherman has been feeding them for years. And now, because there are so many dive shops there, if they are not, if it's not regulated properly, if the fisherman feeds and everybody goes down, you will have more than a few hundred divers down there, and it could mean a lot of trouble with all these tiger sharks around. So what happened is the Fuvahmulah is very far from all the other islands, so they cannot buy more than what the fisherman brings back. Yeah, so the meat are for people. They don't sell the meat. Nobody feeds the tiger shark with the meat. You only get the head and bones. Sorry, technical problem. So you get heads and the bones down there, and what they are doing now is they are piling a bit of rocks on top so that it's not so easy for the tigers to get to the foods, and then the tigers will stay a bit longer. Visibility there. Okay, those who have dived Fuvahmulah a lot knows that the visibility is almost never good. Almost never. All right, you might get a few good days, very, very good days, but then you know, sometimes when the search is bad, you get something like this. And if the search is very bad, you know, it comes out very high, and suddenly you see the tigers emerge from the sand, and it could be quite an experience. And even when the visibility is good, you know, with the tigers swimming around, they churn up the sand, and then, you know, I mean, it can be very close, and you get pictures like this with the sand all over. So the visibility there can never be good. All right. over the years, okay, what are the changes in the behaviors? Now, when we first started diving there, the dive shops I dived with was the first dive shop that was there. What they do is they let the food go down, and they drop the divers from the other side of the reef. So the divers swim in. Food is food, divers are divers. The tigers will never put these two together. So that's very safe. And when everything is done, the divers will swim to the side of the reef and come out from the other side. So it's separate, two are separate. So it was very safe. But now, because more and more dive shops are doing it, so what they do now is they put the divers in first. This is what the almost all the dive shops are doing now. You put the divers in first, and then the food will be brought down in the center, and the tigers comes in. And when you are done, you swim out into the blue and you go up. Now, in the beginning, it was still pretty much the same as last time. But the thing is this, now the tigers actually associate the boat with food. So when you swim out and the boat comes to get you, the tigers swim out also, and it comes to you. So, but of course they are very calm there. They are very, very calm there, and you know it is safe. You know it is still very safe. Okay, so this is what happened. You know, when you come up to the surface trying to climb onto the boat, the tigers are actually below you. So are there any accidents? I heard, okay, there are so many dive shops there now, and there are about 3 or 4, I would say, which is quite safe. They regulate the thing very well. The problem is some of the dive shops are not knowledgeable, so they do not know what they are doing, and there could be problem. I do not know whether you saw recently a video that is not from Fuvahmulah, that is from Central Hulu Malay, of a group of divers with DM holding a marlin head in the hand, and tigers were like going frantic over and trying to bite everyone. Okay, I was doing talks on this, and this was on my presentation also. This was before the video went around. Okay, marlin creates a lot of attraction to tigers, and they become very active when the marlin head is around. So they like to eat tuna. They don't like other fish. I mean, they reacted very. They don't really like other fishes. Okay, tunas they like. Marlin they really like. So when you bring marlin down, you have a problem. The tigers are going to be uncontrollable. So in Fuvahmulah, actually right now, nobody is using marlin head. You cannot use marlin head. So if you see somebody bringing a marlin head down, tell them no, because it's too dangerous. Side mounts also, tiger sharks like to attack from the back. So if you use side mount, there's nothing on the back to protect you. Yeah. So this is my dome pot. If you can see on top, you can see the scratches. Sorry, you can see some scratches there. Those are from tigers. When they come to the pot and they, like dogs, you know, I mean, they don't have hands that they can touch and feel what it is. So what they do is they try to bite. Yeah, so those are scratches. This is a glass dome. Those are scratches from the tiger's teeth. And my DM, who okay, my DM, he's sitting right there, who went down with a dome that is acrylic. Most of the time, everyone is given a stick. So in case the tigers get too active, you have the stick to protect yourself, to push them away. But sometimes the divers, when they are new to tigers, they do not know how to react. So when the tigers get a bit close, they get frightened and they poke the tigers with it. So someone must have poked the tiger, and the tiger went around, and the tail actually swept on the camera. So he lost the camera went up into mid-water, it came down, and the scratch is like that. This is from the tail. This is just from the tail. No, how shall we react when they come close? They do come close if you allow them. When there are not so many divers, okay, when there are not so many divers, they do allow you to go close. Too many divers, they have to take care of everyone, so you're not allowed to go close. When there are not so many divers in low season, they let you get close, and what you have to do is you have to see them in the face. You have to always see them. Do not let them go to your back. You have to turn with them. And then if they do come close, you just use your hand and push them away. But of course, you know, like, this tiger is quite big. When you push, the tiger is not the one going back. You are the one going back. So as you can tell, this is how close they come. All right, this is how close they come. And if you allow them, actually, they are quite calm and they come really, really, really close. White suckerfish and common remora, common suckerfish. When I was shooting the tigers, I realized that there are some suckerfish on the tigers and they don't look quite like the ones we normally see. So this is a common remora. And this is the suckerfish on the tiger. It's not easy to see them entirely outside because when the tigers come close, they will try to hide into the nose. You can see the other one there. Yeah, so you can see the suckerfish below. This is very different from what we are used to. It's a different species. And there's one in the nose. Shooting tiger sharks. Now when I go down, first of all you have to be very careful. And on quieter seasons, they are able to put a dive master behind every diver. So the dive master is there to look after your back. And most of the time, you do not know the tigers are actually already behind you. And this is my dive master's camera setup. You see the rear mirror? He put one there so that he can see if the tiger shark is approaching from the back, which I think will try to put one on my camera as well from now on. So when I go down, the first thing I do is I go to the sand. And you try to shoot the sand. Why? Because the belly of the tiger shark is white. And if you can get a good exposure without it overblowing, and then you know when the tiger shark comes close, this is the exposure to shoot for. Now, sometimes you get something like that with a shadow in the center. Then you have to adjust your stroke, because if you don't adjust your stroke when the tiger sharks do come close, you get shadows on the face. Okay, so normally what I do is when I go down, I go to the sand right away and I try to get everything correct. So when the tiger sharks do come, I can start shooting. Head on. Everybody wants a head on shot. I was there, and then you get photographers from Europe, from America, and they came and they kept saying, "I want a head-on shot. I want a head-on shot," and they are there waiting. If you keep waiting like that, you are never going to get a head-on shot. I will show you why. Sorry. Can we play the video? Okay, technical problem, it doesn't matter. What happened is down there, when the shark is swimming, it goes in circle. You can never find a head-on shot. You have to butt yourself into the circle to get the head-on shot. All right, so you have to know when to go in, because you go in too early, the tiger shark's going to turn. If you go in too late, you missed it. Yeah, but with the big shark coming at you like that, it's quite scary. So the best thing to do is to keep close to the sand, and you let it pass over you. Okay, so then you're able to get shots like this, And everybody wants tiger shark with the mouth wide open also. It is not easy to get, because when they come close to you, they close their mouth. You can only see them with the mouth open from afar, and it is very, very, very seldom they come close and the mouth is still open. And it will never happen when it is head on. The mouth will be closed. This was from a distance away, and this was close, but it turned. It doesn't want to face me. Interaction. The tiger sharks in Fuvahmulah are very calm. So when you are there, you can see them swimming, and the animals around are not bothered by it at all. So turtles are supposed to be on the menu of tiger sharks. Turtles are swimming around like nobody's business. And sometimes they will even go on the tuna fish head, and they try to steal a bite, and the tiger shark doesn't bother about them. So with people diving down there, if you see that the tiger sharks are calm enough, the guides will allow you to go close, and these are what you will see. All right. I want you to look at. I will tell you when he appears. Look at the man in the blue shorty with the blue fin, and see what he's trying to do. Okay, what happened was he was the gung-ho diver during that trip. He has to dive deeper than everyone else. He has to dive longer than everyone else. Last one on the boat, his deco will be longer than anyone. And then every day he pestered me. He said, I want a picture with the tiger shark. Can you shoot a picture of me with the tiger shark? Then I said, I have friends with me. Let me take care of my friends first. And on his last day, my friends already left. So I said, on your last day, I will shoot. And on the last day, I said, stay behind me, stay beside me. And when the tiger shark comes close, I can shoot. So when the tiger shark was coming close, he got scared. And he went under me and he went behind me. So I couldn't get a picture of him with the tiger shark. So with a major apex predator like this, there is nothing that you can hide. You cannot act as if like, oh, I'm brave, I'm anything. There's nothing of that sort, because when they are beside you, you are actually in awe most of the time. Pictures, video clips of yourself with the tiger sharks. Nias over here is the in-house photographer of the operators that I'm using, and all the dive masters all have GoPro. So if you want yourself in pictures or in video clips with the tiger shark, talk to them, and for a small fee, they were able to follow you throughout the dive, and then take pictures of you and things like this. Okay, so this is Nia's photos of me with the tigers. Now, one of tiger's most favorite way of approaching the prey is from below up. So this is what's happening. And it came to the camera, it hit the camera, and it left. Okay, so from that encounter, we get a picture like this. So this was during the feed. It came for the tuna head. And from this encounter, a picture like this. Blue water. So now, at the end of the dive, when you swim out, the tigers will follow you. And when you are out in the blue water, they sometimes do come close also. And then you get pictures like this. Now, I would love to say this is my picture. Sorry, it is not mine. I was there. I was there. I was behind. I was behind the guy. The guy is actually a shark expert that was attached to the dive operator, and he went down, and the tiger shark came, and he put out his hand. I don't think he touched the shark. I think the shark just turned and left. Okay, so this is how you must react when a shark comes towards you. This is also in the blue water when they come close. This one I have to talk about it. There was one dive. I could see, for tiger sharks, okay, normally when they are feeding, there's a hierarchy. The big ones eat first. And then the small one has to wait until the big one is done, then the small one is allowed in. All right, so I was in the water, and I saw this one came and suddenly turned towards me and came straight at me. Of course, in a way, I was very happy. In a way, I was a bit worried. I was happy because then you can get a really head-on shot. So it came all the way, hit my camera, and it was still pushing me away, telling me that, you know, you are not my size. You go to the side and wait for your turn. Injured tiger sharks. All right. Sometimes you see the injuries done by fishing. So this one has a hook in the mouth. I saw this, and then I tried to identify the shark again when it's coming around, and you couldn't see anyone with a sinker hanging from the mouth. And then you see it again, and then you don't see it. Then I realized that the shark is actually hiding the sinker inside the mouth. Yeah, when it's swimming. Yeah, because we know when it's hanging like this, it might be painful. So the shark actually put the sinker back in the mouth when it is swimming. This one is completely torn. You can see the jaw completely torn. They call this shark Georgina, J-A-W, Georgina. All right. I've seen her a few times from different trips, and you can tell that it is not going to heal. So this one, they call her Pirate. You can see the eye is gone, one side. They normally don't show you the side where it is injured. They will turn and show you the other side because if you were to attack that side, they are in danger. Yeah. Nauticam EMWL. My last trip in Fuvahmulah, I was shooting with this. This is a macro lens with a wide angle attachment. And because this is not a big dome, they don't feel as threatened. And they do come very, very, very close. So this was me with a small thing. With the big dome, you feel safe. Because if the shark comes, you can use the dome and push. But with this, you don't have that body of a metal in between you and the shark, so you do not know what to do sometimes. And you have to use your hand and push the shark away. So this was from the EMWL. They come, and they are on the camera. I want to talk about this. You see the yellow pigments in the eye? Now, in all the other previous photos, you don't see it because when you're shooting far, it will not show. And only with the EMWL, when they're shooting very close, the yellow color comes out. And what is this yellow pigments for? It's adaptation for the shark in the tropics to see better, to see better in brighter water, to see better in images that force contrast, better contrast for them to process. So this is I got this shot and I showed it to the scientist attached to the dive shop, and he was wow yellow pigment. I was asking him what yellow pigment, and this was what he told me. So it came closer, and then he was on the camera, so that you can see the eyelid shutting. What else is there to see other than tiger sharks in Fuvahmulah? So this is the diamond squid egg sac. I was there, you know, we did the tiger shark, we were drifting out into the blues to get back to the boat, and then we saw this floating by, so I stopped to shoot. And then after a few shots, I realized, oh, everybody has left me here, and I'm there with the tiger shark swimming around. I better join up. Yeah, so, but then things like this, this is the second one I've seen to date. The first one I saw was in Papua New Guinea. So this is not common. So this is what goes by there. And I just saw recently from their post video of humpback whales. So they get all these kind of animals. This is antheus that's down very deep. Sorry, this one is down very deep, and sometimes we go down to shoot. It's very beautiful. I want to talk about this antheus also. This one is not deep, but they are all over the reef. You can see the two filament in front. It's not like the other antheus with just one filament in front. They actually mix into different groups of antheus, and they try to adapt to the color so that they look the same. Yeah, so they look the same. So sometimes you might be photographing one species, and then suddenly, no, I'm photographing this now. Yeah, so you know, I think when they are under stress, they will change back to their own color. But normally they try to match the antheus group that they're swimming with. This is also a very deep water species. This is angelfish. It's very small. I have not seen one bigger than 1.5 cm when I was diving there. Okay, so they are all very, very tiny. Normal triple fin, and you think, okay, it's just very common. I checked, and the one that we see, the common ones, has long lines. This one, the lines are broken. Okay, so what is this? This is endemic to Maldives only. You can only find them in Maldives. Silver tips. Okay, when I was there, there was one trip we had a lot of silver tips. And silver tips are very, very skittish. It's very hard to get close to them. But sometimes, if you're lucky, they come close.
We sleep what time now? 3 o'clock. And then we cannot sleep that early.
Okay, these are photos by Nias. I was there, I didn't have good chances with hammerheads. I saw them. The current was super, super, super strong. And we were accommodating to divers who are not very good swimmers. So, you know, we ended up at places where I cannot swim towards them anymore. But anyway, so they are there. They are there all the time. So if you're luckier on certain months of the year, you do see them quite a lot. I heard from the dive masters there was one dive they were doing, and they had the whole school of hammerheads coming towards the divers. So you know they are in the middle of the school, and the school is just passing them like that. Mantas. They have the oceanic mantas there, and you know there was one dive I was diving with Nias, and Nias was looking for deep water antheus for me to shoot. So I was on macro lens, and he was down there searching at the wall, and then suddenly I saw something behind him. It was an oceanic manta. It was huge. So I was banging my tank. He turned around. I saw him chasing after the manta. I was like, no, you don't do that, because the manta's going to go away. No, the manta came back, and it fell in front of him for quite a while. So the mantas in Fuvahmulah are not afraid of people. They actually stays with the divers for quite some time if you see them. Treasure sharks, they are there all the time. They are deeper. Of course, if you want very nice pictures of treasure sharks, Malapascua. But you know, if you haven't seen a treasure shark before, you don't mind just seeing a glimpse of them. They are in Fuvahmulah. My experience with treasure sharks there was one time when I was still diving with the LOB. We went down, and I was at about 20-something meters. I saw the treasure sharks below. It was coming towards me, so I was going to go down to it, and then it turned. So I followed at 20-something meters. The moment it turned back, I would go down. And it was going, and I was following. And I heard people banging their tanks behind me. And I was so upset. I was like, you know, the treasure sharks are very skittish, and if you keep banging your tank, it's going to go away. I was really, really, really angry. And then I put up my head. There was a whale shark coming towards me, right in front, eye level. So by the time I reacted, I pulled out my camera. It was already too late. The whale shark is already has gone past me. Yeah. So you know, sometimes when you hear tank banging, it's not what you are seeing. You need to look around. When is the best time to visit Fuvahmulah? Okay. Anytime. To tell you the truth, I have been there in low season. I've been there in peak season. The problem with peak season is there's too many divers. Okay, people who go with liveaboard, yes, you get to see the tiger shark. You will do one dive there, but you have 20 over people on the boat with you. So with 20 people going down, the dive masters cannot bring individuals close to the tiger sharks. So you stay on the side, and that's where you watch. And the problem with peak season is the wind is blowing from the side that is hitting right onto the place where you dive the tiger shark. So the waves can be a bit strong. The surge is very bad at that time. So if you dive at the time, sometimes you see the tiger shark coming, and then you are very far away. At the next second, the surge pushes you right in front of tiger shark. You have the tiger shark in your face. So that one can be a bit scary. If you go in the low season, the wind is blowing from the other side, and you have the protection of the island. So it is quite calm in there. But you know, visibility-wise, we never know. You get very good days and you get very bad days, and sometimes it just changes within hours. Okay. The thing is this. Okay, around Fuvahmulah, there are many animals. The hammerheads comes in at about late October. Mantas is around April. So all these animals are all there, but you know, if you want higher percentage, these are the months to go and see this animal. But tiger sharks are there year round. And there is a dive site, we call it Plateau. A lot of big animals are there. And there was one time we were diving there, I saw this shadow coming, and I thought it was a whale shark. It was big. I thought it was a whale shark, so I was very happy. I was swimming towards it. And then when it turned, it was a tiger. So it was that size. It was that size. So Fuvahmulah is actually a very interesting place. You can talk to the booth 0B022. After this talk, you can talk to them. And if you like what you are seeing or like what you are hearing, you can actually talk to them about a visit. Okay, so with that, I end today's talk. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, William, on the presentation. So in the meanwhile, we are...